Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a good day. Man, I feel like I'm 2 days behind already, and probably because I am. I've been having computer problems. I had computer problems yesterday. Took it apart this morning, cleaned out all the excessive cat fur and dust that was in there. Some of the fans looked pretty rough, and some of the heat sinks had a lot of buildup on it. So you got to think this computer's 6 years old and it's been sitting on the floor on this little plastic shelf thing I had bought for it, and it sucks in, constantly. So finally took it apart, cleaned it today, put it all back together. Thought I had broke it there for a second because it would just freeze when it come to restarting, but I waited about 2 hours and it finally came on. Not sure if it was applying an update or what it was doing, but like I said, it's pretty old. And it's all I got though, so if it goes down, then I'm just SOL. Anyway, put it all back together and ran a system file checker on it. It found some corrupted files, which it fixed. And I also did a defragmentation on the drive, which you used to have to do back in the day all the time on like those 286, 386, 486 computers. You could watch it go across the screen as it defragmented the drive and turned them from, I think it was red to green, something like that. Anyway, did all that. Took another hour or two to do that. And it seems to be working okay now. I've had the mouse quit moving a couple of times, but not anywhere near as much as it was. So I don't know if it is a combination of the cleaning and the software scan and the hard drive defragmentation. I don't really know. But I do know, I want to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. I want to thank my Patreon supporters. This video today was suggested to me by a Patreon supporter, by Cathy. And I had no idea any of this was going on. I haven't seen this yet. I've been waiting until I could actually do the video to watch it. However, I did do some research, and apparently it is causing an outrage everywhere. So much so that CMT has pulled it from their rotation. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump right in. Apparently it has some racial undertones or says something about lynching or supporting racism or something. I'm not real sure, but I did see, and if you just do a news search, you can see that Jason Aldean has apparently stood up to the outcry. Not real sure what's going on there either. And you can't help but to not see it on YouTube. Anyway, as you'll see here, there are reaction channels and reactors all over YouTube reacting to this, so I can't be left out, right? I know I'm mainly an Elvis channel, but I do other things time to time, and apparently this is in the news. It's pretty big. Cathy had requested it. I told her I would get around to it. Today seems like a perfect day, being as how I'm so far behind on my schedule anyway. I figured I would just work this in. Anyway, let's see how my computer does as I play this song, and let's see what all this controversy is about.
Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line,
farmers are dropping their own crops for the day, a friend is in need and they've come to help.
It's what this community and a lot of our communities stand for. Somebody needs some help, you'll get it.
Well, I mean, I just watched it, and all I could see him talking about is how you're not going to come to a small town and terrorize our police. You're not going to come to a small town and burn our flag. You're not going to come to a small town and loot businesses and steal and burn things down and cause destruction and mayhem. That's you're not going to do that in a small town. And let me tell you what, coming from a small town, I can see where he's coming from. We look out for our neighbors. We help our neighbors. Just like the clip there where he shows the farmer talking about how the other farmers got together and helped him with his crops because he was unable to do so. That's what I see. But what makes me outraged is that it is perfectly okay and perfectly acceptable for every rap star on the face of the planet talking about how they murder and kill their own people, and that's just fine. Nobody stands up to that. Nobody cancels that. Nobody gets upset or outraged over that. But yet you have Jason Aldean make a song saying, hey, you're not going to do that stuff in a small town, and all of a sudden he supports racism and lynching. I just don't see it. I don't see the outrage. I see it's made up outrage. These same entertainers and all these people, they didn't mind supporting the riots and supporting burning down cities and supporting violence against police officers. But yet you have one entertainer come out and say, hey, I'm not going to stand up for that. I'm going to release a song saying, hey, come try that in a small town. And the reason why the video and the reason why the song has become so popular, it's not because of the outrage and the supposed racism and lynching. It's because people that live in a small town, people that listen to country music, farmers and gardeners and country folk, they understand the song. The ones who don't understand the song are the ones that support things like this. So the song mentions knocking somebody out on a street corner, carjacking, spitting in the face of a police officer, rioting, burning flags. You're not going to come to a small town and do that. And I know that because I live in a small town. And I grew up in a small town. I lived in a small town my whole life. We help each other out. We care about each other. This song just reflects that. Jason Aldean is obviously pissed off with the way society is today. But yet, he gets canceled and banned from CMT for voicing his opinion, while other people get to do the exact same thing on the opposite side of the scale, and they're praised and they're played. Anyway, that's my take on it. I don't think he is supporting racism. I don't think he's supporting lynching. I think he's saying, hey, if the whole country behaved like a small town, this stuff right here wouldn't be happening. But I guess that's just my take. I guess because I don't see the racism and the support of lynching and all that stuff in this song, I guess now I'll be labeled a racist too. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video and think about all the outrage over it. I just think it's foolish is what it is. But anyway, that's going to do it. Y'all keep TCBing. We'll see you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye. Like I said, it kept hanging up on restarting. Finally waited through till it got done. Finally waited through until it got done restarting. As I'll show you here, it just froze. It froze right in the middle of me talking, but I think it's back.